Hey, what's up? Seth from Mind Overall. This is my first video, and I'm pretty stoked because this is one of my steps I want to take to accomplish some of my goals. So I'm really wanting to make more of these videos. So if you have questions, hit me up on Facebook. I'll add a link down below, and I'll see what I can do. Today, this is about transitioning into mass building. And I'm kind of specific to that because the people that are asking me questions right now about getting bigger are people who have came from a weight loss background, or people who have just been out of shape and haven't been very active in a while, and now they're at a place where they're happy about themselves, but they're ready to take it to the next step and get where they want to be now that they have this lifestyle embedded into them. So a lot of the stuff will kind of apply to that situation, but it'll also apply to anybody who's just skinny or just looking to add some muscle on. So with that said, building some mass is really no different than when you're focusing on weight loss or getting more active. It's about having a plan, knowing what you want, realizing that you have to put in the work, and just being consistent and showing up and doing it. The only thing that's different about building mass is it's easy just to become fat. So many people, when they're thinking about building mass, they kind of get overzealous and just eat too much and become fat slobs. I'm guilty. I had a time when I was bulking up that I just got pretty fat, and the thing I've learned from all this is it's not worth bulking up and cutting down. That's not the only people that really, I feel like, need to do that are people that compete in bodybuilding or something. I can understand that because they're cutting down because they have to be in really low body fat. For your average person, there's no reason to be trying to live in that super low digit body fat. It's uncomfortable, it's hard, you feel like shit. It's about finding that balance, to where you're lean, to where you're comfortable, but where you can also building up mass. So that's the biggest thing I've learned in my journey, is if I could do it all over again, I would just remember to take it slow and build mass slowly so I can stay kind of lean, but I'm still building that muscle and burning fat while I'm working out. So with that said, in terms of training, man, it's just like weight loss. You have to have a plan. And to be honest, anything will work. It's a matter of sticking with it. Any legit plan will give you the results. It's about knowing what you want. Knowing what I know now, if I was to ever create a plan for someone, I would involve a lot more full body compound movements and not be so focused on the isolation stuff, because the isolation movements are more for bringing out details, bringing out little details like making your rear delt more detailed, making your front delts more detailed. And that's the stuff that's good to focus on your weaknesses, but doing big movements like overhead pressing or squats, deadlifts, all that stuff, that builds solid mass in multiple areas, and that's very effective, and it's very good. It's a very good tool for someone that's trying to get a little bit stronger too. And then you can do those isolation movements kind of as secondary things, to help with your weaknesses. Like, if one of the things that I still work on, even with my powerlifting stuff, on my accessory day, I do a lot of side laterals because I want my shoulders, I want a little more cap on the sides. And it's kind of the same for, it's just the same idea. And so it's a matter of knowing what you want, how you like to train. When you're first starting, it's going to be like when you first started weight loss. If you're following a plan and you're doing what you need to do, you're going to build some muscle. You're going to build muscle because you're fresh to it. It's not until you're later down the line that you have to really get starting worried about details. Same with nutrition. It's just, people think it's easy to get big, and it's really not if you're trying to stay lean and not turn into a fat ass. You have to eat enough food, which sometimes can be hard. You're going to put on a little bit of body fat. It's just the way it is. But you can get bigger and keep some of your abs shown, but you're not going to be super shredded. And it's just the way it is for most people. Later down the line, you can do specialty nutritional plans that help you burn fat and stay a little more lean while you're bulking up. But when you're first starting, don't worry about that. Just worry about building that base, getting used to this different training, getting used to this different lifestyle, because that was the craziest thing to me, was how psychological it was, because I was eating more and it was really weird, and you put on weight rather than losing weight, and it's just weird. It's bizarre, you know. I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it other than you just get a plan, understand what your goal is, and work towards it. You know, if you're someone that's wanting to get bigger, but you also want to run a marathon, it's going to be a little difficult for you because you got to find that balance. But you can do it. You know, it might take a little bit longer to get bigger if you're trying to keep up that endurance. But if you're someone that just likes to run for the sake of running, do intervals. You know, that's muscle building cardio. You know, I still do some cardio type stuff now, but I do it with weights. I do prowler pushes, farmer's walks, stuff like that, because you're burning fat, but it's also a muscular builder, and it just enhances your neuromuscular system and all that crap. So, you know, really, it's just a matter of getting a plan, eating enough, being consistent, and not trying to be in a hurry with it. Because if you're in a hurry with it, you're just going to put on extra weight. You know, you got to find a balance that you enjoy. You know, for me, if you were to ask me what to do, I'd create a plan with full body movements, big compound movements, big moves, you know, and then I'd follow it up with isolation moves based on specific parts of your body that need work. You know, like I said at the beginning, it doesn't matter because you're going to put on muscle as long as you're eating right. Especially if you haven't focused on bodybuilding, you're going to put on muscle all over the place. I mean, anyone I've seen that's switched over into bodybuilding type stuff, they blow up, you know, because their body has never done it before, so it's reacting to that stimulus. I mean, I'm just kind of all over the place right now, but hopefully something I'm saying connects, because it really is that simple when you're starting out. You know, you don't really have to worry about getting more technical until you've been doing it for a while, and that's really all there is to it, man. Just keep it simple, have a plan, stick to it, be consistent, focus on recovery. You know, the training is catabolic. I mean, it does not build muscle. It's when you're resting and recovering, that's when your muscle grows. That's why recovery is so important, especially when trying to get bigger. So that's it for now, man. Let me know if you have questions.